thinking about it and I was realizing this combines like three of my favorite things. It's sports, storytelling, and strong women, you know? And so I have so many questions. I want to hear a lot about what both of you, you know, are doing now in these books and everything. Also, you know, the book's The Proudest Blue that Ibtihaj has put together that she wrote. It's amazing. She persisted in sports. Chelsea, I have to tell you, I was in a store with my daughter. I was finding clothes for her and I saw it, that She Persisted, the original, on the shelf, and I started reading it. And I was right away just so captivated. And I was like, this is such a great idea. And this is absolutely something that I want her to be able to, for us really to be able to read together, you know? So I'm really just pumped to hear how these came to be and also just what went into it for both of you guys. Ibtihaj, can you hear me? Because you're green at the moment.
Whoa, am I really?
Yeah, Chelsea, is she green to you?
No, she looks great in her like beautiful.
Well, no, you look beautiful. I saw you before, but yeah. So for some reason you're green on my screen, but that doesn't matter because I know what you look like. So this is hopefully just a me thing in Connecticut. But there you are.
Okay, I'm back.
You look phenomenal. I wanted to share with you that I have been so captivated by your personal story competing for quite a while. And my husband did a story on you for the Today Show. And I remember watching that story the day that it ran. And I thought it was so amazing. So congratulations to both of you. And Ibtihaj, why don't we begin with you? And I would love to hear an overview of what you're doing now and also an overview of the book through your eyes.
So I now live in Los Angeles. I no longer compete for Team USA, but joining Chelsea, being a New York Times bestselling author of my first children's book, The Proudest Blue, has been honestly such an important moment in my life. I remember as a kid, I didn't see characters that looked like me in the picture books that I read. So The Proudest Blue, A Story of Hijab and Family, was an opportunity to tell the very common story of wearing hijab to school for the first time. It's told from the eyes of my youngest sister, Faiza, who sees my other sister, Asiya, wear hijab to school for the first time. And it depicts this very universal experience of being bullied. And I think my favorite part of the book is you seeing the character, what she does when she's bullied, you know, for wearing hijab. And she chooses not to respond. And you hear the mom, her mom's words come to her mind of like, you know, don't, hurtful words aren't yours to keep, you know, drop them. You know, they only belong to those who've said them. And I want kids who look like me, who may wear hijab, who do have brown skin, to see themselves in this book. But I also want to make sure that all kids, no matter what you look like, where you're from, what you believe in, you have the opportunity to see, you know, a kid who wears hijab. And it's meant to be a window, but also a lens.
That's so amazing. What was your favorite part of the process?
Honestly, to see the artwork come together. Like Chelsea knows this, but I mean, they're given a pretty substantial window to create, you know, these really beautiful. Honestly, they're like works of art. Every single page. Like this is one of my favorite pages in the book. It's so beautiful. But to see, you know, after a year, to see these pictures and these images come together, it really brings the words to life.
I love it. We have the book in my daughter's room. It's awesome. Chelsea, how about you? Take me through. I mean, I know this is something that there were two versions before this, correct?
Yes. So, you know, I'm just so excited that, you know, that this book is finally out. As Ibtihaj said, you know, it for illustrators who kind of share their just extraordinary talents and kind of, you know, really kind of breathe life into the words that Ibtihaj or kind of that I have written. It is so exciting to see those illustrations and then to kind of feel the book. So I am just couldn't imagine kind of being anywhere else tonight. As my kids are asleep, kind of here even in virtual space with the two of you, talking about the proudest blue, and she persisted in sports. I've loved sports my whole life. I never had an ounce of talent that Ibtihaj had. I mean, I played soccer and I was okay. I played softball and I was okay. I played volleyball and I was a disaster. And yet, I learned so much through all of those experiences about, the things that both of you know so well, like how to push myself to be my best and also to be the best for my team, how to kind of learn kind of when to step forward and kind of when to support, kind of when to lead and when to follow, and just all of these lessons that I look back now that seem so obvious, but I don't think I learned them while I was playing sports. And I also have always loved the Olympics, so I get so giddy whenever I get to be around Ibtihaj, because some of my earliest memories are from the 1984 Olympics, in Los Angeles. And, watching just these extraordinary athletes, prove what was possible, was really inspiring to me. And I also was super close to my grandmother, as I think I've shared with Ibtihaj before. And she really spoke about how much Babe Didrikson Zaharias and Wilma Rudolph meant to her. She was this, housewife, middle class, kind of very conventional, Ozzie and Harriet person, really, throughout the 50s and 60s. But these two women meant so much to her. So when I had the chance to write another She Persisted, I thought I have to do it in sports. I have to do it for, yes, the little girl that I was and the role models that my grandmother brought into my life, but really, for my kids, because I want them to see these stories and hear these stories. And, maybe they'll try to follow in Ibtihaj's footsteps, but maybe not. But there are lessons, I think, for them and for young readers about how we persist in life and how we can practice that persistence in sports.
Did you play in